Hello, 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 and happy Monday. How are you? Thank you guys for joining me here tonight on Girl Your Money Matters. I'm so excited to be here as always, and usually I'm here with the whole squad. But for October 31st, what I wanted to do was close out the month solo dolo, and I'm sure they're here in the comments tonight. So thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to close out the month with a month in review and then reflection, projection, I should say. So, again, thank you for being here. I am the Nicole Johnson, founder and CEO of Girl Your Money Matters, affectionately known as The Gym, where we have all sorts of exercises to help you get financially fit. And that's important to me, that you learn ways to impact your finances and your financial future so that you can start living the life that you want. Too many times we get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life. We're heading into one of the busiest shopping seasons of the year, and if you have not been following me on my personal page or have joined my community, I do want you to join the community. Facebook group appears right there. And the reason that that's important is because I am on a mission for the last quarter of 2022 to show them how to create income and not debts during this holiday season. We're focusing on creating income and not debts. And that's critical to set you up for success for 2023. So just over the past month, let me do a brief, and I get my little notes here so I can make sure I cover everything. So in September is a month of self-care. We talked about suicide awareness, because here's what I want you guys to understand: financial worries, financial stress is one of the biggest things that's causing health problems. It's keeping you up at night. It's keeping you from being able to sleep, to focus. You're wondering about how you are going to make the ends meet. And those financial worries are impacting your health, your well-being, your everyday life. And I am here simply to help you fix that, okay? Coming into October is financial planning month. And somebody, I'm sorry, we also had a self-care specialist, Leanne Dulce of Dulce and Lay, come on to talk about how critical self-care is to our health and well-being. Because if we don't take care of our health, can't take care of anything else, right? As much as we want to be there as the caregiver, as the mom, as the wife, as the daughter, as the sister, as the friend, as the chauffeur, it's sports season. So we're driving to and fro from different sports camps and sports activities and sports games. We got to cook dinner. So we're the chef. We got to help with homework. So we're the tutor. We got to meet with teachers, with a disciplinary. Okay. So I'm sure I haven't even gone into our responsibilities as employees, or if you're a business owner, we've got a whole array of different titles that we wear. So if we don't take care of our body, we don't take care of our mental health, if we don't give ourselves some stress-free time, we will not be able to meet all those other obligations. And talking about having an impact on your finances. Imagine not being able to go to work for a month and not being paid for that time. Would your finances hurt? Oh, absolutely, they would. So that is why it's critical to take care of our self-care and our mental health. With suicide awareness, a lot of people are impacted and they don't know, they feel hopeless and in despair. So your financial health can impact suicide in some people. All right. It can impact suicide. You can have suicidal thoughts because of the hopelessness and the despair. So we wanted to bring awareness to, September was suicide awareness. We want to bring awareness to that even into this month, because just because that month is over, that theme is over, doesn't mean that suicide awareness doesn't need to still be focused on. And so having issues with your finances and your money and not how to control it and feeling like you're in the same place over and over again, these are things that we need to have conversations about. And so I'm thankful for Paulette here at the Brownstone Worldwide, giving for having this platform in which we can help change the narrative of our Black and Brown people. So thank you again for this platform, Paulette. So during financial planning during the month of October, talked about a lot of things this month, including self care. But I was spent a lot of time talking about the use of flexible spending accounts. For those of you where your employer offers the use of a flexible spending account, I encourage you to utilize that because it has tax implications, which work to your benefit, but it also allows you to be reimbursed for the everyday health items that you buy at the drugstore or grocery store, wherever you buy those things. But if you look at the list of approved procedures and services, massage therapy is under there, and other things that your doctor may prescribe to help with your physical health. So the use of flexible spending accounts is critical to your finances and your health and well-being. If you're not familiar with that, ask Google. But as for federal employees, as the time gets closer and open enrollment becomes available, I will continue to highlight that function that you can select when you're re-enrolling for your 2023 health benefits. Okay, so I do encourage enrollment on that. We spent some time talking about your financial affairs. Do you have your affairs in order? For example, life insurance, wills, medical directives, power of attorney. Um, I would also say we talked about the beneficiaries on your bank accounts, um, the life insurance at your employer. All of those things need to be in order, and they need to be in a place where if by chance you are incapacitated, that someone in your family knows where to get them. Whether it's a family member, a close friend, a sister, brother, whatever, someone needs to know how to access the documents. They need to be notarized. All the legalities need to be covered. And if you haven't done that, whew, listen, because I know a lot of people need it, I will be hosting a session on getting your affairs in order because it is a necessity for us, the Black and Brown community, because we don't typically have those things in order. And we talked about the stress that your family is feeling because either you're incapacitated or have passed. That's enough to deal with. Please don't leave them in a predicament where they are fighting with each other over stuff, over who decides how mama or daddy gonna be buried, or what they're gonna be buried in, or who get their coat, or who get their watch. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It never fails. Funerals can, not all, funerals can bring out the worst in families, bring out the absolute worst in family, and destroy relationships. And we want to see that change. So here at the Brownstone Worldwide, if we want to change the narrative, we've got to be the ones to be vocal about it. We've got to be the ones talking about it. And we have to be the ones that we're examples of the change that we want to see in our community. So in order for me to see Black and Brown people with their financial affairs in order, it's my responsibility to come forth and make sure I've given you the tools that will enable you to do so. That's my responsibility. It's your responsibility to utilize the tools. Yeah, I said it. Gone, gone, gone. And get out your feelings. Get out your feelings. Take care of it. get it handled. But if you don't and you need more information on how to do so, I got you covered. Be sure to join the community group where you get the support, you get the information, the tools that are needed so that you can be equipped to have a better financial future. And what you're doing when you make those changes is that you are preparing your children. Let me say that part again. You are preparing your children to have a great foundation so that as they become adults, as they become parts of families and they get married and have children, um, they have the knowledge of what they need to be doing so that their affairs are in order. Because the last thing I want to see anybody experience is to have to go through probate through their state because uh, a family member passed away and they left no direction on what to do with their affairs. Come on. Come on. We got to change the narrative of how responsible we are. Okay. So I heard this not too long ago. I talk about financial planning for the month of October and how we are, Paulette and I are already on task, on track to start planning for a mini financial summit in January, leading up to a full economic summit in April during the month of financial literacy. Okay, so those plans are already in effect. We're already laying the foundation to get those events up and going. But someone asked and asked a question, and I'm going to repeat it to you. How do I plan for 2023, Nicole, when I'm already struggling right here in 2022? Well, I'm glad you asked that because what I have seen in my work with people over the years, people whose money is tight, you need a better budget than somebody who got free flowing coins. You know why? Because one small mishap and all the cards fall down. Just one. It only take one. People who got a little extra coins in their bank account, they might can afford a few mishaps, right? They might not need to be as involved as they should be, but it won't hurt them as much as someone who has to watch every dime, every penny. Therefore, if you are on a tight budget, if money tight, you need to know where every coin is going at all times. Okay? Because one overpayment, one extra payment on something can send the next 2 pages of your bank statement and be overdraft fees, NSF fees. So you got to be on point. All right. So some of the things that you can do now, when you're inside the community, one of the things that I share with you is 10 tips to decrease your expenses and increase your savings. That is my gift to you to get you started on shifting some of the ways you handle money in your household. You got to start shifting the way you handle the money in your household, and a lot of people don't know where to start. Well, those 10 tips will give you a baseline. And what I find is that when people start looking at those 10 tips, something, at least one thing on there prompts them to go look for something else. Okay. So when I start talking about budget billing, oh, what is that? Okay. Budget billing is a system that your utility companies use to basically bill you the same amount every month, regardless of the actual billing. Okay. So I'm going to give you a quick example. Um, We're heading into the colder months of the year. Some places are getting it's already the temperatures are dropping. Y'all have threatened the family. Don't you dare touch that thermostat, turn that heat on. Don't even look at it hard. Y'all already thought you better level up and put on some extra socks. You better break out a jacket. You better pull down a comforter and put one in the front and one in the back if you need to. Tuck it on the ends and roll over. You better create that body heat, but don't look at my thermostat. There's a reason for that, because the moment you start turning it on, the moment that ticker goes, which causes the, whether it's electric or gas, the utility company to say, and there go your bill. Okay, so budget billing is an average cost. Budget billing is an average cost of your whatever utility it is, broken down over the course of 12 months. So your budget billing cycle runs on a 12-month cycle. And what they'll do is they'll average out the last 12 months of your bill to come up with a number. Okay. So on average, I'll use my gas bill. So when I was in Birmingham, the gas bill would say be $50. Now that's my estimated bill. That was my budget billing portion. My actual bill may have been $32 or $72, up or down. Either way, it could be any of those things. But the budget billing was $50. It was consistently $50. If for some reason after two, maybe three cycles, if I was consistently over on that $50 budget, they would give me a notice and let me know that in two cycles, your bill is going to increase. And let's say it goes up to 55 or 60. Let's just say 60. Okay. And that's because I've consistently exceeded my budget billing amount. If it fluctuates, no problem. But if I'm consistently exceeding, because what happens is if they're billing me 50, but I'm at 70, I owe them $20. Next month I'm billing 50, they're paying 50, but my bill is 70, I now owe them $40. They're not going to keep letting that bill, that assessment keep going up. So they'll adjust to accommodate it. But what happens is that as the weather changes, the temperatures get nice outside, you may not be yet turning on that air conditioning. You might have a fan going, or y'all open that door, open a window, or as a matter of fact, just go outside. How about that? Just go outside. And now you're not using as much. Now the bill is $30, but you paid them 50. Now they owe you 20, but it's gonna knock off the 20 that you owed them. So now that month that cancels out. Okay, so that's what the gist of it is to give you some consistency in the monthly bill each month. They will make adjustments, and sometimes those adjustments can go down. All right, so if you've been budgeting for 50, now your budget billing is going down to 45 or 40. Now you got $5 or $10 that you need to place somewhere else. Okay, so budget billing. But what I find a lot of people do is as they're going through their bank statements and looking at their utilities to see, hey, can I put this on budget billing? Am I paying too much? Do I need to look to see? Oh, wait a minute, what's that subscription? What's that? How much that is? Okay, wait a minute, what's that? Oh, let me pull up another bank statement. So when you start looking at your bank statements, you start finding all these things or some things that are coming out of your account that you're not even using. Okay, so that's my second tip is to utilize budget billing. Okay, let me see. Now I'm not even gonna number. First of all, get in a community group where you can get the support that you need to stay on track or get on track and then stay on track. That's a tip. Download the 10 tips to decrease your expenses and increase your savings. As you start looking through things that you can trim as far as your utilities, which impacts the household budget, now you're going to start looking over your bank statement. You're going to get a 2-for-1. And while you're looking for the utilities and things of that nature, you may find some things that are coming out of your account that you're not even using. You're paying for them, but you're not using them. And now it's time to cut those subscriptions. You might be paying for something that you are using, but you shouldn't. I ain't gonna call out no possibilities. Not for none of y'all, because I might have one or two myself. Progress, not perfection. Progress, not perfection. Okay, you heard it from me. But if it's things that you can eliminate, eliminate it. And now that's extra money in your account. It's you were spending it, but now you're going to reallocate it to another utility, savings, or what have you. That money is going to go be used somewhere else. You're still spending out the same kind of money, but it's going to go to it's going to be allocated differently, or put it in savings. Write this down. I'm going to pay into my savings as if it were a bill. I'm going to pay into my savings as if it were a bill. And what that means is bills are real, okay? And they come consistently. So if you're consistently paying bills, you should be consistently saving. Let me try that again. If you are consistently paying bills, you should be consistently saving. So as long as you are breathing, you got bills, paying the savings. There's no avoiding saving. And a lot of people have the mentality to say that I can't pay into my save. I can't start saving until I pay off my bills, pay off my debt. You're not gonna ever be completely debt free. Now you might be through with your charge. You may be paid all your charge cards off, but the moment you swipe it, we starting all over again. Okay. You may have paid the house off and the car off. That's wonderful. Swipe that card. There goes some debt. Okay. So the car note for the other car, or the rent payment, or something in your house that you're paying a bill for. So as long as you have bills, you pay into savings, because the mentality of is I can't pay off any, I can't save until I pay off my debts. What happens if you don't ever pay off your debts? What if it take you 5 years? You're not gonna save it all? What happens if, and there are a lot of ifs, and we could talk about a lot of ifs, right? But because we don't know when those things may happen, we just have, like insurance. You go out and drive every day, but you don't have to use your insurance unless you get pulled over by the police to show proof of insurance. Then you got to show proof of insurance, or you have an accident. And if we knew we were going to have okay, that's a whole nother story. Into who? You have it just in case. You have insurance because somebody else told you had to have it. I'm telling you, as far as a savings account, you have to have it. Okay, so put that same effort into keeping your car insurance paid to paying into your savings account. Ooh, child, I said that, didn't I? Mm-hmm. You heard? I said that, and I meant that, because all too many times when we again get loaded down with all the different hats that we wear, we don't have time to think about the things that will make sure we're protected. And we look at health insurance. I gotta have health insurance. What's the benefit package? What's in the health insurance plan? Do I get Blue Cross? Do I get MetLife? What I get? What I get? That's one of the first things we need to know for yourself. Be sure that you are paying into your savings as much as you pay on your bills. Okay, it's a must. There's no way around it. Okay, so what else can you do to get ready for 2023 while you're still in 2022, even if you're having problems? Write out your goals. I want you to get in the habit of not only writing out your goals, but keeping them somewhere where you can see them on a frequent basis. So if your goal deals with weight loss, there should be a something on the outside of your refrigerator. Put on the cabinets. Okay. I have people in my community who have spending issues. That's what we're gonna call them, because sometimes they got subscriptions to some of those issues, but they shop a lot and they know they need help. They know they need to stop because it's killing their budget. Um, but the problem is that when they go in the store, they always feel compelled to buy something extra. You know, they go to the mall with their friends and they feel compelled to shop because their friends are shopping. They are buckling under peer pressure, y'all. Y'all hear what I say? They are buckling under peer pressure. And so um, I have a hang tag for them that I got done, and it says not in the budget, not in the budget. And so when I told them to keep it in front of them, she literally printed it out and put it in different places in the house to remind herself that it's not in the budget. Because I talk to them a lot about keeping their goals in front of them, even when they're not home, right? You go into the office and you don't take your vision board is posted up at home. Well, I created a portable vision board so that they can take it to work now that people are returning to the office. So she has that, she took that picture and she taped it somewhere inside of her cubicle at work. But this was the killing part for me. She taped it to the steering wheel. So the big center part is taped right there. So she can remind herself that it's not in the budget. I was like, listen, I am not mad at you for that. I actually applaud you for taking control and understanding what your limitations are in your weaknesses. Okay. Um, Again, progress over perfection. She had to learn that just because people around me are shopping does not mean that I have to shop. Okay. And does she need to cut it out 100%, never do it? No. She has to have a plan. See, that's why we're planning for 2023. You have to have a plan that you can execute so that you can accomplish the goal. See, when it comes to setting goals and achieving goals, it's all about the action part. It's all about the action part. What is it that you're going to do to achieve this goal you've written out? What is it that you're going to do to achieve the goal that you have posted up around your house, that you have posted up in your cubicle at work? What steps are you going to take to accomplish that goal? Because, as my coach says so frequently, and I say even more frequently, success moves at the speed of execution. So, if you want to accomplish that goal, which is to stop spending, what are you executing? For her, she was executing self discipline by putting those reminders in places where she knew that if she went, that when she sat there or walked by there or ate there or whatever, she would see what she needed to keep her on track. Listen, y'all, listen, I'm coming to you with the good vibes only, the good vibes only. And I hope you guys are taking notes because this is critical to your success as well. You have to have a plan. So as you're writing down, um, tracking your money, okay, if you need help with that, get in a group. As you are seeing where your money is going, you can better prepare and plan for the things that you need to accomplish. If you need help with that, get in the group. As you are looking over your bank statements and you're seeing the big holes in the procedure, in the strategy, get in a group so that I can help you. Get in there and start asking the questions, because I absolutely believe in a in a safety zone. Okay, it's no judgment, because I'll tell you what I know for sure. What the old saying say: one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Most financial experts are teaching you, just like me, teaching you because they overcame some financial difficulties in their lives. Most financial experts had some financial failures, they had some hardships, and they overcame those hardships and failures to turn around and share their experiences and coach you to the level of success that they have achieved. But it starts at the ground zero. Okay, so I can tell you that if you don't start doing these, if you don't execute some things, execution of little things beats the heck out of all the things that you ain't doing. Let me say that part again. Yeah, some of y'all it'll be tomorrow when you catch it, but I need you to catch it. Execution of some things is better than all the things you ain't doing. I need you to do one or two things versus not doing anything at all. Get in a group. Let me help you. Let me point you in the right direction. It's time out for our Black and brown communities to be having the same financial issues year after year after year after year. And as you sit on this platform watching, listening, what I don't want to see is you hemming and hawing the same story in 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, 12 months, 2 years, because time rolls by. Time flies when you're having fun, and even when you ain't having fun, it's still flying. 2022 is almost over. Today is the last day of the first month in the last quarter of 2022. October is over. We got November, December, and Happy New Year. Let that sink in for a moment. While y'all let that sink in, I'm going to take a station break. I want to take this time to thank Paulette of the Brownstone Worldwide. Be sure that you are subscribing to the Brownstone Worldwide on the YouTube channel so you can catch it live. You can turn on your notifications so that you can know when we are live there, live and in color, and participate in the conversations. These conversations are for and about you, and you. Okay. Again, if we want to change the narrative of our story, if we want our story told accurately, who else can tell it? If we continue to allow others to write our story, to write our narrative, what happens when they don't write it? Then there's no narrative to tell about our story. Or what happens when they write it and it's incorrect? Then the incorrect information continues to be put out into the atmosphere. And though you may not care that doesn't, because it doesn't impact you, what about the child who's going to read that story in 10 years, 20 years, 50 years? And the narrative is wrong, or the narrative is missing. And if they don't have something to read that's correct, we failed them. Okay, we have failed them. So I thank Paulette again of the Brownstone Worldwide for this platform and for my ability to be able to participate to help you change your story, the story for our kids, as someone said, for generations to come that we will never even see. All right. So we have been talking about how do I prepare for 2023. And I am the Nicole Johnson. I'm the founder and CEO of Girl Your Money Matters. Um, and that's important to me. We air here on the Brownstone Worldwide on Monday nights at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I invite you to share your comments, share your thoughts, and then turn around, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, get notifications as to when we're on, and then share this link with someone that you know who could benefit from the information that we're sharing. Okay. So as we are getting into 2023, one of the things that I know for me personally um, is that I have to clean my space. Okay. And I don't do it always. Let me go and be honest. So I turn this camera around, you'll be like, what the? Mm-hmm. But then there's sometimes when I'm like, before I do another thing, all these papers that I like to print, they either got to go in a folder or they got to go in the trash. And once that space is clean now, I'm like, okay, I can breathe again. Some of you need to do that with your whole house. Yeah, I said it. Your whole house. You need to clean your office. You need to clean those closets. You need to clean the kitchen pantry. You need to clean the kid. Okay. I'm not even gonna touch that. But you know, if you start in your room, their rooms probably needed to. Okay. Now let me give you a little bit of background on why I say the kitchen pantry. So we talk about meal prepping as a way to get a hold of your food budget. Okay. Um, we won't even discuss eating out. That's another part for another day. Okay. But if you're anything like the women who have come before me in my generation, when we go to the grocery store, we don't know if we need garlic powder, seasoned salt, black pepper, salt, and all that. Some seasonings we buy every time we go in the grocery store. Y'all know them things expire, right? Okay, they expire. They have an expiration date on. So you clean the pantry, and I'm telling you from experience. Don't laugh, don't laugh, don't get mad either. Don't laugh, but don't get mad. If you need to do something, get laughed, but don't get mad. Okay, don't get mad, but don't laugh at me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. All right, but as I started getting on the road to pantry recovery, okay, the pantry recovery, the first assignment was to clean out all the seasonings, and my kids had a field day with it. That was their task. They got a garbage bag, a 13-gallon garbage bag, going to standard garbage can in the kitchen. And when she said, "Ma, come look," the bag was full, and it was one of them stretch flex bags, and it wasn't just flat; it was poking out. So, in essence, I wasted a lot of money because I can never have too much garlic powder. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Unless you cook like that, you can. You can. And so, starting your pantry, go through your seasonings to see what you have that hasn't expired and get rid of the other stuff. And then make yourself a promise, not me, make yourself a promise. Don't promise me, promise you. See, when you promise you, I hope that you keep your word to yourself. Okay? Keep your word to yourself. And promise yourself that when you go to the grocery store, you shop off of a list. See, that's how you prepare. You shop off of a list. Okay. And I'll tell you why that list is so important. I had a whole argument with myself at the cash register, with the cashier looking at me like, y'all call 911 because something wrong with her. She's straight talking to herself. I can't never come in Walmart and not spend less than $100. And that was always my go-to statement as to why I came in here for half a gallon of milk, 2 bananas, and that's it. And I got a shopping cart full of stuff. And so one day when I said, girl, I can't never come in here and not spend less than $100. Nikki tapped in and said, why not? But you do know that you can just say no, right? But there's no buts. Follow your own advice because you don't have to have all this stuff. For all you know, you got 2 or 3 of those at home already. Put it back. But put it back because I don't know. And when I got home, I did. Cashier thought she was gonna call. I thought she was gonna call the law on me though. I didn't care. I was having a good conversation because I educated myself. I reminded myself that I had not prepared. I knew I needed milk. I knew I needed this other item and maybe even that other item. But them other 12, 15, 72 items that was in that cart, I didn't. Impulse shopping. So now what I did then, because I know I need a little bit more discipline in the Wally world, I started carrying cash. And if I was only going in for 2 things, I would guesstimate about how much they cost, and I would carry just a couple of dollars more than that. So if I was going in for milk and let's say a loaf of bread, that's almost $10 the way stuff going up these days. So I carry 15 or no more than 20. I can't do a whole lot of damage with $20, right? I had to discipline myself. The way that young lady put that picture on it that says it's not in the budget, she had to discipline herself, but she got the tool from me, right? She got the tool from me. It was up to her to use it. Get in the group. Get in the group. Get in the group because you can get the tools. Your responsibility is to use them. My responsibility is to give them to you. Your responsibility is to use them. So I was standing there using myself. Yes. Yes, using me, telling me you need to break that habit. As a matter of fact, only you can break that habit. So put it back. And now I discipline myself. I got a list on my phone and I'm shopping from that list. Oh, I know I need, well, how many? Did I look in the bag? Did I check the other cabinets? Because, I may have moved stuff around and put over there. Mm-mm. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back. And if I get home and realize I really did need it, then what I'll do is before I go back to that store or for a second trip, probably at a later time, is I will get more disciplined about checking to see what I need. So meal prepping, change out your pantry, purge your pantry. But in order to meal prep, I got to look and see, do I have all the things, all the ingredients? So now I'm training myself to write out my menu and make sure I have all the ingredients for the menu for the week. See how it's all connected, it's all intertwined. You start looking at one, and it's almost as bad as when you watch one TikTok video and 4 hours later you still watching TikTok videos. Oh, that I'm the only one to do that. Oh, okay. All right. Shame on you. You need to go to jail. I know somebody out there know where that come from. I know you know where that come from. But anywho, all of those things work together so that you can have a better strategy. Strategy is the key to start planning now so that you can plan for 2023. I hope that helps you. I really do hope that helps you because it has been one of the most critical things for me in shifting my mindset and shifting my mindset about my relationship with my money. It has been one of the most critical things that has helped me shift my mindset so that I can change the relationship with my money. Okay. So, um, in this season, as we close out October 2022. Okay, the last day. If you guys are trick or treating, if you guys are catching this on the replay, be sure to put your comments in there. Let us know what your thoughts are because I'm very excited. And a lot of times, the things that we talk about here on Girl Your Money Matter comes from things that you guys say. So, whether you are writing into my inbox, whether you are sending me an email, for those who are in my community group already and you're asking questions, that helps me develop conversations to have right here with you on the Brownstone Worldwide, right? Because this is all about you. This is about you. I am here to help you with your money because it matters. It matters. And if you don't realize how important your money is, let me clue you in. Now fellas, let me address y'all first. Let me get to the kings first, okay? You guys generally, not always, generally, and I'm never speaking to as always. It's all because it's some, y'all got some exceptions to the rules. You got some exceptions to the rule. But generally, you guys are out in the workforce. Whatever that workforce is, you are out there making the money and you're bringing it home for a family unit, and the wife, the significant other, the partner is handling and managing that. So all the things that you do to impact the wallet impacts the household. Okay? But see, I'm a girl. Okay? I am woman, hear me roar. Because, girls, your money does matter. Now, those of us, those of you, and me, you 1, 2, 12, 35, 79, and me, okay? We visit that little app called Amazon frequently. Fellas, don't go looking in the back, in the garage, or behind the house for them boxes. Don't call old mom in them house and say she got boxes over there. That ain't none of your business. That ain't none of your business. That ain't none of your business. Okay, don't do that. Keep a happy home. Uh, but if all of us, as a as the female race, for 7 days, did not shop on Amazon, I think they feel the pressure. Probably even buckle. Okay, and not that we want to. I'm giving you this example so you understand how powerful your money is. And that powerful tool is in your hands that you control. You control it. Okay? So if you don't have a strategy, if you don't have a process, if you don't have things in place that manage that manages that money, it's all over the place. It's all over the place. It's out of control. It's disappearing and you don't know where it went. And that is not effective or efficient for your household. And all those different hats that you're wearing at one point or another will be impacted because the finances aren't in order. So let's look at it this way. If you don't get your money in order, when your kids come to you and say, Mom, can we have, you're gonna have to start saying no a lot more often. If you don't get your finances in order, when you want to do X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 12, 52, 97, you're going to have to say no to yourself a lot more often. Gentlemen, you out there making the bacon and all of that. If the money is not in order, you're going to have to say no to her and the kids a lot more often. And as you work hard every day, you don't always want to say no. You don't want it to be 5 or 6 years between the times that you guys take a family vacation. You don't want it to be 2 or 3 years for the time that you went to see loved ones long distance because the money was funny. But if you don't get the finances in order, Those are just a few of the things that you could be facing. And so, again, get in the group, get the support and the assistance that you need, get the tools for your toolbox, and then use them. Okay, get the tools for your toolbox and then use them. So I hope that you've gotten a lot of information here tonight that will help you start planning the rest of your 2022 and into 2023. But if you did not, get in a group. You see how that works? Get in the group. Okay, because coming down the pipeline, and I'm so excited. I am an actual planner. Okay, when my daughter was 14 and we were preparing for her 15th birthday, and she was picking out the decorations and the theme and making the guest list and all this, and this. I was like, okay, so what do you want to do when you turn 16? She was like, Mommy, can I turn 15 first? I was like, if you must, I mean, that's just like a formality or something. 16 is the birthday. That's the birthday, right? That's the birthday that everybody looking forward to. You turn 13, you have 14, 15, then we get 16, and then 18, 19, 20, then we turn 21, that kind of stuff. So I am a advanced planner by nature. Okay. So I get excited about laying the groundwork, the framework, making projections for the upcoming year. Okay, so the quarter is laid out. Now we're moving into what does the first quarter of 2023 look like, and even into there are things on my calendar for the second quarter, third quarter, yeah, July, all the way up through July of 2023. So the first 6 months, they all have activities already planned. Is the planning complete? Oh no. That's the other thing. Is your calendar has to be, um, you have to have space for stuff. That is why planning is important, because you got to have space for things to do. So I've got two events already planned in July, and they run close together. So I have to plan for that, right? Even from the when I pack, what I pack, what am I taking on this one? Where am I taking on that one? Where does the dog go? Where do the people go? All these different things have to be laid out in advance so that I have a clear vision of what's what. The economic summit dates are already in place. The top of the year events are already in place. So let me give you a little forecast. Again, I'm big on vision. Coming out of 2021, my word for my 2022 was manifestation. Okay, that was my word for what I wanted and expected God to do, is to manifest things in my life. And He has not failed. He has not failed. But that has been my prayer, and continuing throughout this year, and then even into 2023. Okay, I may get something else to go along with it, but the foundation is manifestation. The things I've been praying for, the things I prayed over, the things I've asked for. It's time, my talks with Him, for manifestation in my life. Okay. So in order for me to see things to manifest, I have to be putting things in place. I know God is in control. Okay. That's me. That's mine. That's what I see. But there are also things that I need to be doing. Okay. So the in January, on January 7th, well, anyway, that just know that something is coming. Okay. It is definitely coming. Get in the group. You see how that works? Get in the group. You will get more information on that. But I'm so excited about the things to come. I am beyond thrilled, okay? Because Seeing you reach your goals warms my heart as I tell people it's the bottom of the barrel that's crowded. The top got plenty of room. And you got to keep striving. If you get to that first rung on the ladder, boom, you accomplish that. What's next? You accomplish that. Okay, what's next? You accomplish that. Okay, what's next? We keep going. We're going to keep going higher and higher and higher. And so I am so excited. This platform allows me to share with more of you where we are going 2022, closing out and climbing through and progressing forward into 2023. So get in the group. In case you didn't hear me the first 72 times, get in the group. Right, the banner is at the bottom of the page. Uh, October has been, September 26th was the launch of Your Money Matters. And as I went into a different phase of branding, it turned into Girl, Your Money Matters. And it's true and dear to my heart because I want to make sure that every woman under the sound of my voice um, knows that there is a way. There's always a way that you can get the finances in order. There's a way that in this season we are creating income and not debts, so that in the top of 2023 your biggest plan isn't paying off the debts you created for Christmas. Okay, we're not doing that. We're not time out for that. Okay, so many things about our finances that we need to change, but I'm going to leave you with this before I close out on this Halloween of 2022. Change your mindset. Boom. See, the devil don't want me to tell this good information. I'm going to leave you with this. Change your mindset. Okay? Change your mindset, because what you think about, that is what you focus on. Your thoughts, your focus. Your thoughts, your focus. Your thoughts, your focus. Right? Ever see somebody just, she gone. Hello. Oh, child, I was deep in thought. Yeah, you was deep in thought and you was gone. So what you think about is where you put your focus. Okay. So you have got to shift your mindset on how you handle your money, how you deal with your money, anything, finances, financially, all of that, all of those things you have to change. And it starts in what you think about. It starts with how you think about it. Okay. Money is um, your financial affairs. That's what I want to call it. Your financial affairs. I think what I'm gonna do is in the upcoming, I'm gonna see where I can fit this in. I'm gonna talk to you about how you are the CFO of a business. How many of you realize that? You are your household's CFO, Chief Financial Officer. Did you know that? Do you look at yourself like that? It's very interesting. It's very interesting. I heard her talk about it some time ago, and as I'm closing out, it's coming back. So what you think about, you're focused on. So that is going to be one of our topics over the next few weeks. Is how are you a CFO, and how are you the CFO of your own family business? Okay. So, as always, I want to thank Paulette. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl, for this platform and being able to come on to the Brownstone Worldwide and discuss issues as far all things money for the Black and Brown community. I love DJ Tony Sanchez for always chiming in. I'm sure he's had a lot of input tonight, and I always love his perspective. Oh, it's a lot of wisdom over there with DJ Tony. And I am so excited and honored that he takes that he fully participates in this platform with the community. Um, Cullen and DeCarlo as part of the Brownstone family. Thank you so much for your participation and all that you do here. And coming up next, we have Marshawn Olani and Love Restored. She'll be coming up next, so you keep it locked and loaded with her. So right, she'll be live here right on the Brownstone Worldwide. So thank you so much for your attendance, your participation, and I look forward to seeing you guys around the Brownstone Worldwide. Thank you for listening, because girl, your money matters.